and Friday the 13th. So if you've been with me before, you know that I love Friday the 13th. 13 is my favorite number. Friday is a good day of the week. I love black cats. I love the fact that a lot of people don't like it for really no reason because they're superstitious. I love it. I think Friday the 13th is a great day, so I'm excited. Okay, upper body, 2 parts, 4, 5, and 6 rounds. And then part 2 is dumbbell pull through. So we have L raises, high pulls, clean and press, close grip, chest, and then plank dumbbell pull throughs to a timer this time. Okay, so we have L raises. Okay, we have high pulls. Clean and press. And close grip chest press. So your weights go together. And then our plank dumbbell pull through. This can be done kneeling or high plank. Pull, 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 pull. Okay, so L raises. This is a combination of a front raise and a lateral or side raise, okay? So you're going to raise one arm up in front, one arm out to the side. Go down, switch. This arm now is in the front. This arm's now at the side. Down, switch. Okay, so how it's counted is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when you do these, I'm just gonna switch to my lighter weight so I can hold them up longer. When you do these and you raise up, both of your elbows are bent, okay? So this arm looks like this, and this arm looks like this, okay? So both elbows are bent, even though this is going forward and this is going to the side. You don't want them to be straight. You want them to be bent. Then come down, I rotate while I'm down, and I lift back up. Down, rotate, lift, down, rotate, lift. Okay, so another point to notice is, again, I don't go flying up. So I think about engaging my traps, engaging my shoulders, squeeze, down, switch, squeeze, down, switch, squeeze, okay? So it's hard to imagine it or understand what I'm saying until you do it. So whenever I talk about actively engaging or engaging your muscle, you won't know what I'm talking about until you do it. So even without weight, if I just bring my arms up without actively trying to engage anything, they go all the way up over my head. If I think about squeezing and hitting that point, I can make them stop right here, okay? So that's what we need to think about when we're doing our exercises. What am I engaging and what am I supposed to be doing, okay? Don't just mindlessly flail around. High pulls. You're gonna have 2 dumbbells and the palms are gonna be facing you in front of your body. You're going to lift and separate up to about right above your chest, back down to the middle. Lift and separate, back down. Okay, so this is working the same muscles. Okay, notice that I'm pretty much straight across. You can be a little bit bent. Like if you were really doing this, you'd probably be using a kettlebell or I always call it a crooked bar, but instead of like a straight across dumbbell, it goes like this, kind of like a W curl bar, I guess it's called a curl bar. You would be holding that, so you would be a little bit slanted. That's fine, as long as you're somewhere up here. You don't want to be down here, and you don't want them to be way up like this, okay? Clean and press. So clean and press is your shoulder press, but you have a clean first. So anytime you're bringing your dumbbells from your waist to your shoulders, you're actually cleaning the dumbbell and you don't know you are. So the act of just bringing them up is your clean, and then you press overhead. So the press is not the problem. The clean is the problem. A clean is a shrug and a flip, but most people are going to do a half circle, okay? So like I said, when you bring your weight from here to here, most people are gonna go like this, okay? So doing that is not bad, but it is wrong. So doing that's not gonna injure you. It's not anything wrong. It's just that it's not a clean. It's a hammer curl, okay? So when we do bicep curls, this is a hammer curl. So I'm not asking you to hammer curl, I'm asking you to clean. The clean is a shrug and flip, okay? So they look very different, but it's very difficult for people to get it down. They always end up just going like this. So think about shrugging, and then think about flipping. So you can only shrug so high. I can only shrug this high, okay? So when I can no longer shrug, I flip, all right? So shrug and flip instead of circle, okay? So I'm going to shrug and flip, and then I'm going to press overhead. 1, shrug and flip, press 2, shrug and flip, press 3. Now these weights are very, very light to me, but if you are getting fatigued or you're using a heavier set, you're going to shrug and flip and then push press, okay? So push press is the same thing as a shoulder press. You're just doing a slight bend of the knee to gain more power, okay? So if, again, you're getting fatigued or you're using a heavier set, shrug, push press, down. Shrug and flip, push press, down, okay? So the only thing I do want to mention about the press is you should land it here, okay? It should not be out in front of you. You shouldn't be pressing forward. And when you do come up, you also shouldn't be swaying and doing that with your back. That actually just hurt my back. You don't want to do that, okay? So if you find that you don't know how to press overhead and not do that, squeeze your butt cheeks, okay? So when your hips and your back are doing that, it's because your hips are pushing backward, okay? They're tilting back. What you want to do, if that's happening to you, is squeeze your butt and tuck your pelvis in, okay? So instead of out, push it in, okay? So if you're above head and you're like this, squeeze that butt, tuck it in. Look at how it even adjusted my arms without me even moving my arms, okay? Your spine is all connected, so that's what's gonna happen. But people don't realize things like that. So if that is happening, or if you're doing some other type of overhead thing and you find that you're overarching your back, squeeze your pelvis, tuck your pelvis, squeeze your butt, and it's gonna realign so you're not doing that arch, okay? Close grip chest press. So close grip means you're going to put your weights together, okay? So if you have totally round dumbbells, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to keep them together, but most dumbbells have either a true hex shape or like a rounded hex. So you should be able to get them together somehow, okay? So you're gonna put them together and you're gonna rest them on your chest. Now all you're gonna do is press up, still together, come back down. Press up, down, okay? Very, very simple. That is your close grip chest press. Now, once you finish your rounds, you're gonna move on to part 2, which is plank dumbbell pull throughs. Sometimes I call them drag throughs, I think, to a timer. So you are going to set your timer for anywhere between 25 and 35 seconds. So that's how much you're working for while you're in your high plank, passing the weight back and forth. And then we're all gonna rest for 20 seconds, and we're all doing it 4 times, 4 rounds per Tabata, okay? So you're going to pick a dumbbell. Now this, you can use a heavier weight if you have it. You're going to be in high plank position, open up your stance wider than normal, and you're going to grab the dumbbell and drag it to the opposite side. Grab, drag. grab, drag, grab, drag. You can do the same thing kneeling. Just kneel down, grab and drag, okay? So it's pretty easy, which is why I'm saying if you have a heavier dumbbell, go ahead and use it because this is gonna work also your full body. It's a really good exercise. So the more pressure, the more engagement that you have, the more it's gonna work. So the heavier your dumbbell is, the more muscles you're going to work, okay? So that is Friday the 13th, spooky.